Right, boys, so I've got a different video today for you. So I'm going to go for who is my favourite player ever from every team in the Premier League right now. So I've got the table up now. I'm going to go through them one by one, and I will just let you know who my favourite player was, who ever played for the team. So there's going to be some bangers in here, and there is some quite smaller clubs in the league at the minute, so it'll be interesting to see who I pick there. Let's just put it that way. So, I mean, Arsenal, you start off with Arsenal, runs pretty straightforward, and Thierry Henry. I keep seeing TikToks of him, and he's like, just remembering like that game against Real Madrid where he just waltzed through at like 60% pace, and he was just like, he was the man. He was the man. And then now we're on to Manchester City. This one's a tough one, this is, because, I mean, all the best players have all been recently, to be fair, haven't they? I know they might have had some other club legends, but, I mean, all the best players have got now play for Manchester City now, or have done in the last 10 years at least. So, this one, there's a few up for it here. I mean, I love Kyle Walker, but obviously he wouldn't be... Don't get me wrong, of the players who've had, Kyle Walker would not be my favourite player, but he is so good, man, honestly. De Bruyne, Aguero, obviously, David Silva, Yaya Toure. Oh, I think it's got to be out of Aguero and De Bruyne for me. And I think De Bruyne is just going to sneak it. I think De Bruyne sneaks it. Yep, I've made up my mind. De Bruyne just sneaks it. I think he's unreal. I genuinely think he is the best midfielder I've ever seen play in the Premier League, and I'm 30 years old. Genuinely, he is unplayable. That bloke is so sexy. So sexy. But honourable mention to Aguero because he was like disgusting. So, but De Bruyne just for me. So next up we've got Newcastle. I mean, they haven't had players, mind you, the more I think about it, maybe. Obviously, we'll go through. So there's Alan Shearer, Ben Harper. Matt Blaine wasn't the same player when he went there. Laurent Robert, what a name that is. If you can remember his left foot, I deserve a like for that, just for that left foot. Cisse, beast, and recently Bruno Guimaraes is absolutely sensational. I love him. Brilliant, brilliant player. Newcastle will do well, keep on the upward curve so they can keep him because he's naughty. But it's got to be Alan Shearer, and it's I caught the back end of his career. I saw quite a little bit of him really. Like he was getting on a bit, but he was just naughty. And there's plenty with being English as well. You've seen loads of clips of Alan Shearer. Like you don't even have to watch his career and how good he was. I mean, I'm sure I've forgot loads of people because obviously I'm trying to do this off the top of my head. So I will. Kevin Keegan was another one from Newcastle as well. But obviously, way after my time, I didn't see anything of that. Right, so next up, Man United. Man United have had some absolute world-class players over the years, obviously. Like, I loved Rio, Scholes, even people like Beckham and Giggs, but as much as I think Beckham and Giggs are brilliant, there's a good few that take over them. But Van Nistelrooy, obviously Andy Cole and even Dwight York, Cristiano, Rooney, even Tevez. It's a good choice, isn't it? But obviously it's going to have to be Cristiano. I can remember watching Cristiano in the Prem at the ground, and it was like, oh, he was just naughty. He was naughty. So surprise there, Cristiano Ronaldo. Followed closely by Wayne Rooney. Absolutely loved him. What a highlight reel that bloke has got. I mean, Spurs, pretty easy. We can fly through this. Harry Kane, he's on his way to being England's best striker, I think, ever. Like, obviously he scored the goals, but as an all-round number 9, he is so good. Like, I would not swap Harry Kane for any other number 9 in the world. For England, I wouldn't at all. Pretty straightforward there. So, Brighton up next. Not really. I can't. There isn't a rich history like I can think of right now anyway. But I mean, they've had a couple of little gems. But who would I choose? I don't think anyone's had an impact on me for Brighton as much as Mitoma. I think I'd give it Mitoma as my favourite at least. Anyway, I will probably forget. There'll be like Brighton fans who are like this, that, and I'll be like, okay, fair enough. But this is off the top of my head. So yeah, I'm gonna go Mitoma. Can't think of anyone else. And he is an absolute class act as well. Absolute class act. Right, so who's up next? Aston Villa. Ooh, John Carew. I mean, he was a beast, but Agbon Lahore, Ashley Young, Gareth Barry. I mean, they had other players as well, but it has to be Jack Grealish. It has to be Jack Grealish. He's absolutely on fire at the minute. And when Grealish is playing well, like, he is so incredible to watch. It is just a shame he hasn't got that genuine, like, cutting edge. Like, you know what I mean, don't you? He's just not got that cutting edge in front of goal. Like, that chance he got for England the other week, like, it's cut across to him. The technique, he's, like, hitting across it, slicing across the ball, but like, wide, and you cannot miss a chance like that at international level or top level football. You just cannot miss them, and he misses them often. If he added goals to his game, he would be absolutely sensational, like truly sensational. But he's my favourite Villa player. Liverpool. You see now, for Liverpool, it's literally between 3 players for me, and that is Gerrard, Suarez, or Torres. Ugh. Torres was the best striker in the world at the time, for a little bit anyway. He was truly phenomenal. Oh, Torres was absolutely sensational. People forget how good Torres was because of how shit he was at Chelsea. Torres was absolutely unplayable when he wanted to play. I wonder how he would have worked in Liverpool's current team, like when you took Bobby out for that period, or even now, like with a better team around him, because his team as a whole was not great behind Torres. Then you've got Suarez. Obviously, Stevie G's like the legend, but I wouldn't pick Stevie G over any of them two. Them two are better than him for me, and I think you'd be stupid not think that them two were a higher level than Steven Gerrard. And I love Gerrard, but it's got to be Luis Suarez, hasn't it? He's the best striker I've seen in my lifetime, other than R9. R9, I did catch the beginning of R9 when he was like truly unplayable. But Luis Suarez, it's got to be. Brentford. Now this one, they're relatively new to the Prem. Well, they are new to the Prem, but I think they've got a truly amazing striker in Ivan Toney. I mean, I'm not saying that as a left field opinion because everyone knows how good Ivan Toney is, but I think Ivan Toney is good. Like, he is the man. He is so good. Like, if I was a Man U fan, I'd want that. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd want that. He's so good. So yeah, that one's pretty easy. I can't think of many others. I know they've had like people like oh, my subscription's working on YouTube. Let's go. Ivan Toney, I think, is clear for anything I remember anyway. Fulham, give me Bullard. Mitrovic is up there because of how good he is as a striker. Clint Dempsey. Who else? I will be missing absolutely loads. Damien Duff do that. Van der Sar. And there will be other ones I forgot, obviously. Papa Bouba Diop was a bit of a unit as well, but it's got to be Louis Saha. It's got to be. I absolutely loved him when he burst through. Did he come through at Fulham? He did, didn't he? And then went Man U. I believe so. But he was so good. Shame he got hit by injuries. It's a shame. He could have been an absolute world class striker. He was phenomenal. Chelsea, let's just go through this. They've got a few contenders. They've got people like Kante, Makelele, Ramirez, them kind of players. Michael Ballack, Lampard, obviously. Drogba, Diego Costa, Terry, if I haven't already said Terry. Carvalho, Ashley Cole. Ooh, Ashley Cole would be up there. I think Ashley Cole's the best left back of all time. I don't care what you say. But favourite Chelsea player, Frank Lampard. How can you not love a midfielder who guarantees 20 goals a season? You want your strikers to score goals. Obviously, you want your strikers, your wingers to score goals. But so to add 20 goals from a position back where you don't necessarily need that many goals is an absolute godsend, I would imagine, for a manager. Crystal Palace, this one again, I'm going to go through pretty easily. I mean, they've had a few like decent players, don't get me wrong, and they've got quite a few going on in the team now, like players wise, like Eze, Olise, but it's got to be Wilfried Zaha, and he just stays there and gets linked with everyone for 70 million every summer and then never goes. Just never goes. Yeah, very good player. Shame it didn't work out at Man U for him. Right, so next up we have got Leeds. Leeds, I can remember the Leeds period where they had Alan Smith, Mark Viduka. I probably am missing a lot of players off the top of my head, like, but for me, it's got to be Mark Viduka. It's got to be Mark Viduka. Absolutely unreal. Harry Kewell again, but Viduka, I can remember when he scored 4 goals in a game, and it was just mad. It was mad. Next up, we've got Wolves. Wolves again have had a couple of decent players over the years. Don't get me wrong. I'm just thinking of big ones. I'm thinking, yeah, Jota, don't know. I don't know. I am probably just getting shady at Ruben Neves or Ruben Neves because he is genuinely absolutely the man, and let's be honest, he is so good, so cultured. I think a lot of teams in the world would love a Ruben Neves in the midfield. Absolutely. Top player. West Ham. I mean, they've had some absolute England icons over the years, haven't they? Like Rio, Frank. Ooh, who else? Joe Cole. Name. And then now they've got people like Declan Rice, Paulo Di Canio, Mascherano and Tevez. Oh, yeah, I made my mind up. It's Carlos Tevez. Carlos Tevez at West Ham was absolutely naughty. What a player Tevez was. It seems illegal that you could be able to have Carlos Tevez, Wayne Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo in your front three. That is mental. Everton's pretty straightforward for me. There's no beating about the bush here. It's Wayne Rooney. Say no more. Say no less. Wayne Rooney at Everton was absolutely unbelievable, you know. He was unbelievable. Our kid could be that good at that age was mental. You just knew he was going to be special. What a player Wayne Rooney was. Nottingham Forest. I can't really remember Forest in the Prem in my lifetime. I mean, they probably were, but it must have been when I was very young, put it that way. So Forest, it'll probably be someone current then. Got a couple of players who I do quite like, but I really like the look of Brendan Johnson when I see him play, boys. I really really do like the look of him. He's so quick and he's just like him. Every time I watch Forest, he is their best player. But admittedly, I don't watch much Forest. So Bournemouth up next. This one's another pretty easy one for me. Another team that I'm not even sure if they'd ever been in the Prem ever before they come up. But I definitely can't remember them being, so they definitely weren't ever in my lifetime. I'm pretty sure about that. But yeah, Callum Wilson, Bournemouth. I mean, Callum Wilson was quality, and the fact that they had him, it's just nice to go into the Premier League and you've got a striker like that who's good, who can handle the Premier League like he can. And I love Callum Wilson, really good footballer, man. Leicester again is another pretty easy one for me. It's either Vardy, Kante, or Riyad Mahrez, and I'm going for Riyad Mahrez. Just a sexy footballer. I can't think of many who was sexier than that. That's ever been in the Premier League. He's just so silky and so elegant. Right, and so we got Southampton next. I mean, Matt Letizia, I didn't see that, so he's not my favourite Southampton player. Gareth Bale, but was Bale good enough to? I don't know. Bale is my favourite player who has ever played for a team, but I think he only did about 30 games at Southampton, and he wasn't obviously the Bale we know now. So I'm trying to think of someone else. Obviously Virgil van Dijk, but he's just a centre-back. Like, how many centre-backs have I picked on this list? Not many, because my favourite player from each team tends to not be a centre-back. It's a winger, it's a forward, it's a midfielder. It's a bit more elegant. But, again, I think it's pretty easy again. Sadio Mane for Southampton was phenomenal. He is my favourite Southampton player. Right, so that brings the video to an end, boys. If you did like this kind of stuff, I will make more videos like this, because I've had my setup done now, so we're all good. I've even got a little screen up there, a second screen. I'm making videos. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, because I've gone up like 5k subscribers in the last month, all through knocking off shorts, so that doesn't sound right. All through knocking out shorts, not knocking one out. So yeah, cheers for everyone who's followed recently and liked all the videos and stuff, so make sure you subscribe. So until next time, peace.